guys, welcome back to Anxiety Art Adventures. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. I am trying to relax before my life gets a little crazy, and I'll tell you all about that. I am going to be doing a whip and chat today. I am working on the mystery diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. This is a Christopher Lavelle dark fantasy 22 inch by 31 inch square drill cut. Really enjoying this canvas, working on squares. I'm using a checkerboard method. I put a video up this week about how I do that. I will put that up in the eye so you can see that if you choose. And yeah, so today I am using a beautiful cover minder from Cover Minders The Bond. It's a dragon cover minder. I figured it was appropriate since I'm working on a dark fantasy kit. And I will have all the links for these shops down below in the description. This is Super Sticky Gem Tack in Kalakis. It's purple, shiny. It smells like, this is weird to say, but it smells like a grape flower. If a flower could smell like grape, it's got like a floral grape smell. I know that's strange, but that's what I smell. This is my beautiful gold shimmery tray from Munimade, and this is a Monarch Designs YEG pen in like a yellowish green, almost citrine color. So yeah, that is what I'm using today. So please let me know how your week has been, anything new and exciting going on in your life, mental health check. I hope all of you are taking care of yourselves, all that good stuff. So I am doing fine on a mental health aspect. I'm a little stressed out with things going on in my house. I will tell you about that. And then I found a really cool article about 6 famous foods that were invented by accident. I always love looking up, weird things, and this came across in my email, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So all right, I am going to start working on this section right here. Yes, so my life is going to get a little hectic starting Monday. I'm excited but nervous. So on Monday, I'm going to have, on my live, I'm going to have one of Lazy River Diamond Painting's artists. Basically, I'm going to interview her on my live. Her name is Karen Yumi Lusted. And I'm excited, just nervous because, I always get nervous when I interview artists. The last one I did was CJ with Aesthetic Cozy Studio. I had a lot of fun, but it was nerve-wracking at first. So so that's going to be on Monday. So I got to prep for that and, find a cool background and all that good stuff. And then Tuesday is kind of going to be hopefully a down day for me next week. And then Wednesday I go and get a mammogram, which I haven't had in a long time, and I really need to get it done. And my doctor was like, my primary care was like, okay, look, I'm just going to schedule it, have them call you to schedule it because you're not going to do it on your own because of my anxiety and going to a new place. And I've kept putting it off because, that's just how I am. I keep putting it off and I shouldn't do that. So anyway, I got that scheduled for Wednesday, February the 1st. And y'all, for any of y'all that have had a mammogram recently, I didn't remember this, but you can't wear any deodorant. Even though I asked her, I said, I use an all-natural deodorant that doesn't have aluminum in it. She said, no deodorant, no lotion, no baby powder, nothing under the arms. So I'm like, oh my God. Y'all, I'm a sweater. I sweat a lot, and it's not pleasant. It's just a thing with me where I sweat a lot. I don't know why. I'm assuming it was hereditary, but I was adopted, so I don't know. Anyway, so whoever gets to do my mammogram is, gonna be in for a nice smelly treat. And I'm sure that they've dealt with this all the time and it's normal and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, really? No deodorant? Come on, people. Anyway, so yeah, I get to do that on February the 1st. I'm very nervous. I'm not nervous about the actual procedure. I know it's not going to be pleasant, but it won't take that long and all of that. I'm more anxious about like getting the results because it's been so long since I've had one. Um, it's just all of the what ifs, and if they find something, and then I have to go and get a biopsy, and and then what if it turns into the big C word? I go there. My mind automatically goes to that negative spot, which I shouldn't do that, because you shouldn't worry about things you can't control, and there's no control over that. And I know that, and I'm trying really hard to stay positive about it. So, yeah, so that's on Wednesday. I get to do that, so that'll be fun. And then Thursday and Friday of next week, I have our contractor is coming in to put recessed lighting in our den, because we painted our den and it's beautiful, but it's like an aqua color and it really darkened the room. And our house was built in the late 1980s, so there's no overhead lights. So we're going to get some overhead lights in the den and make it brighter. So that's on Thursday and Friday of next week. And then on Monday, February the 6th, we are going to have our plumber, who has opened up his own business to do plumbing, HVAC, all that stuff. He is coming out on Monday and will be here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They are going to rip up our driveway. We have a very long driveway and a creek that runs underneath a section of our driveway. And we've had our driveway repaired before. Basically, the culvert under our driveway has collapsed, and there's a big dip there, and it's eroded the pavement, and it's just it's not good. So we need to get it fixed. It's a very expensive fix. We weren't really planning on that this year, but considering we found out that our plumber can do it, and he can do it for much less than anyone else. So we're going to do that. So I have to deal with that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. So that means I got to get my car out of the garage, leave it up at the road, just in case I need to get out and go anywhere, that kind of thing. So lots of stuff going on next week, and then the week of February 6th. So yeah. In fact, I need to reschedule my therapy appointment. I had a therapy appointment on February 6th. I need to reschedule that, because there's no way I'm going to try and have all of my therapy is through the computer. We do a video conference meeting, and I'm not going to be able to hear her over the drilling. And they're bringing a backhoe in. They're gonna they're gonna basically just completely rip up the center section of our driveway, and then fix all of it, and then refill it with gravel and crush and run, and then have to repave everything. And yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So yeah, always something. Home ownership, I'm telling you what, home ownership is a joy. A joy. Have any of you gone through like what seems like constant issues that needs to be fixed? Let me know in the comments down below. I feel like there are days when I just wish I could just rent, and that way I wouldn't have to deal with any of it. But I mean, owning a home has its perks, but it also has its downfalls. You know what I mean? So, yeah. All right. So that's what's going on with me. Yeah. Let me know what's going on with you all. Okay. So I found this article. Let me pull it up on my phone. This is 6 famous foods invented by accident. Some of them were surprising to me. I didn't know that they were invented by accident. But then again, I don't sit and wonder, why was a food named this? I mean, maybe some foods, but not all foods. Okay, so let's see. It says here the culinary world is full of happy mistakes, and I will have the link for this article down below. So here are 6 facts about tasty accidental treats. This one surprised me. Okay, chocolate chip cookies. Let me know if any of you knew about this. Chocolate chip cookies. So, as the co-proprietor of the Toll House Inn in Whitman, Massachusetts, Ruth Graves Wakefield was known for baking wonderful desserts for her guests. One night in 1930, she was baking a popular colonial-era recipe for butter drop dough, spelled D-O, cookies, and decided to improvise by adding chocolate. Realizing she had run out of baker's chocolate, she chopped up a block of Nestle chocolate gifted to her by a representative from the Nestle company. Instead of the chocolate dispersing while baking and creating a solid chocolate cookie, it remained in the form of gooey globs. Oh my gosh, this is going to make me want a chocolate chip cookie so bad. The result was a hit with her guests, and Wakefield dubbed her new invention the chocolate crunch cookie. The tasty treat grew in popularity after it was advertised on an episode of the Betty Crocker Cooking School of the Air radio show. Really? I didn't know they had a radio show, a Betty Crocker radio show. That's pretty cool. And Wakefield later included the cookie in her 1936 cookbook, Toll House Tried and True Recipes. She then went on to strike a deal with Nestle, providing them with the rights to the recipe in exchange for a lifetime of free chocolate. Can you imagine? Yeah, you can have my recipe, but now I get a lifetime of free chocolate. Y'all, I would be like 400,000 pounds. Oh my God. I love chocolate so much. That's scary. I would be so big. So yeah, she got a lifetime of free chocolate in exchange for her recipe, and the recipe first appeared on the back of the Nestle packaging in 1939. So that bag of chocolate chip cookies that the bag of chocolate chips that we all love. Yeah, first appeared on the back of that in 1939. Isn't that crazy? I had no idea. I thought it was something that Toll House created, but no ma'am. No ma'am. It was from Miss Wakefield. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. Number 2. Cornflakes. How many of y'all eat cornflakes? I'll eat Frosted Flakes, but regular cornflakes, I'll eat them, but I'm going to put a ton of sugar on it. Because you can't eat cornflakes by themselves. I don't like cornflakes by themselves, but that's just me. Okay. John H. Kellogg, maybe best known for his patented cornflakes, the dry flake cereal that transformed breakfast tables around the world. But Kellogg's original intention had less to do with creating a cereal and more with living a healthy lifestyle. Kellogg was a doctor, a nutritionist, and health advocate. Really? Who became superintendent of the Battle Creek Sanitarium, a popular health resort in Michigan, in 1876. While there, Kellogg experimented with various foods to promote wellness for his guests. Wow, okay. Kellogg believed that simple, bland foods would improve digestion and also help steer people away from carnal sins. Carnal sins. What? Well, then I am going to hell. Definitely going to hell. An ideal he called biological living. One day, Kellogg was working on a new kind of wheat meal that had been rolled out and forgotten overnight. Instead of loaves of bread, when baked, it produced thin flakes that proved popular with guests. John's brother, William Keith Kellogg, saw an opportunity to broadly market the product by adding sugar to make the flakes more flavorful, and went on to found the Kellogg Company. A former patient of John Kellogg's, C.W. Post, was also inspired by this accidental invention and created grape nuts. Y'all know grape nuts, right? Those like disgusting, I don't even know how to describe them. They're just like little balls of nastiness. I really don't know how to describe them. Have any of you had grape nuts? I used to eat them when I was younger. My dad would eat them like crazy. But of course, I'd have to put like a ton of sugar on them. Sorry, just getting extra extra putty off. Okay, so that was an accidental invention. All right, one of my favorites here. Number 3, Slushies. Okay. Let's see. In the late 1950s, Omar Nedlick was operating a Dairy Queen in Coffeyville, Kansas. Oh, that's where Hannah's from, Kansas. And his machinery kept breaking down. After the restaurant's soda fountain malfunctioned, Nedlick decided to store bottles of soda in the freezer to keep them cool, only to find they were partially frozen when removed. Despite the unexpected texture, customers loved the slushy treat that Nedlick had inadvertently created and asked for more. He conceived of a machine that utilized an air conditioning unit from a car to produce the same slushed effect. What? The drink grew so much in popularity that Nedlick held a competition to name the product, and the winning entry was Icy. In 1965, 7-Eleven convenience stores began installing Nedlick's machine and rebranded the product as a Slurpee. Their ad director thought it reflected the sound made when sucking the product through a straw. Y'all. That's awesome. I love Slurpees. Absolutely love Slurpees. That's so cool. How many of you knew that? Let me know in the comments below. That is awesome. See, now I want a Slurpee. But that means I'd have to go to a 7-Eleven. Oh my gosh. I don't want to have to go to a 7-Eleven. All right, but here's the important question is, what is your favorite flavor of Slurpee? I want to tell you my favorite flavor is Coca-Cola or a cherry Coca-Cola Slurpee. I used to have those when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, whenever I could. I mean, my parents didn't let us have sugar, but yet if I went to a friend's house or did a sleepover with a girlfriend, oh my gosh, we go to 7-Eleven and we get Slurpees. It was amazing. My grandmother would let me get Slurpees. Yeah. Love Coca-Cola Slurpees. 1 second. Okay. Had to take a sip of coffee. All right, number 4 of 6. It's Randy's favorite, Worcestershire Sauce. Okay, it may be a tough name to say out loud, but the invention of Worcestershire sauce, that's how I pronounce it, don't come for me, was an easy, accidental process, one that just took a little time. The savory condiment was created in Worcester, England in 1835 when a former governor of India known as Lord Sandys was looking for sauces that reminded him of his favorite flavors from the Asian subcontinent. He asked drugstore owners John Lee and William Perrins to come up with a product. The owners tested a fish and vegetable mixture that produced a strong odor, leading them to store the sauce in the cellar of their store, which they then forgot about. Y'all, So they've got some old, nasty, fermented stuff sitting in the bottom of their cellar. Don't tell me that's what Worcestershire is. I'm going to freak out because I love that stuff. Absolutely love that stuff. 2 years later, gross. 2 years later, the owners rediscovered the sauce while cleaning the basement. In that time, it had fermented and obtained an appealing flavor. What the hell? Which eventually became popular as a condiment through the United Kingdom. Named after the town where it was invented, Worcestershire sauce was first exported to America in 1839. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. And that's all it says. It doesn't say anything else. All right, so I want to know, does that mean this stuff sits for years before it goes on a shelf? Or have they no. They had to have fixed it so that now they just know how to make it with that flavor. I'm going to have to look that up because that's scary. Okay. Number 5 of 6, nachos. The origins of nachos can be traced back to the border town of Piedra Negas, Texas, where the dish was invented in the early 1940s in a frantic effort to please customers. Ignacio Anaya, who went by the nickname Nacho, was the maitre d' of the Victory Club when a group of women arrived at the eatery outside of business hours after the cooks had gone home. Not wanting the customers to leave, Anaya ran to the kitchen and gathered up a few ingredients that he had lying around: fried tortilla chips, Colby cheese, jalapenos, which he combined and baked until the cheese melted. The diners loved the concoction and requested seconds, so the restaurant added it to the menu. Capitalizing on the local success of his new snack food, Anaya even went on to open his own restaurant. It would be an entirely different person who popularized nachos on a national level. However, Frank Liberto took Anaya's concept and changed the delivery process so that the cheese sauce didn't need to be refrigerated. Liberto's version of nachos was introduced at a Texas Rangers game in 1976, and today nachos are a staple at sporting arenas across the country. Okay, I love nachos, but I am not going to get nachos from any type of sporting event. And that's because I'm really weird. I don't like anything that I can't, how do I say this? That I know isn't like fresh or has been sitting out for a long time. Like I will not eat any food from 7-Eleven that's, been sitting in the heated things for God knows how long. We don't know how long. But it's like I'm really sketched out by food at like sporting events or like food cart stuff. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. I don't know. Let me know if any of you all are like that. Would you get nachos at a baseball game or like a football game or anything like that? Would you do that? I mean, like I could get like popcorn or cotton candy, something like that, but I'm not going to get anything that has meat or cheese that I don't know how long it's been, sitting, so to speak. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. The last one is Popsicles. Frank Epperson may not be a household name, but he's responsible for coming up with a universally beloved summertime treat when he was just 11 years old. This guy created Popsicles when he was 11. In 1905, Epperson absent-mindedly left his cup of soda with a stirring stick. Wait, before we go further, why would you have a stirring stick in your soda? What? Why would you have a stirring stick? Why would you need to stir soda? Anyway, he left his cup of soda with a stirring stick on the porch overnight, during which temperatures dropped below freezing. The weather was a rarity in the Oakland area where Epperson lived, but those unusual temperatures paid off. The next day, Epperson discovered his drink had frozen over and transformed into a delicious treat, which he dubbed the Epsicle. Okay. Epperson brought the to his schoolmates who loved the frozen treat, and he later introduced it to his own children. They referred to the treat as Popsicle, a name that Epperson patented in 1923. The same year, Epperson extended his sales beyond his hometown by selling the Popsicle at Neptune Beach in the San Francisco area, and it soon grew into popularity. So the next time you find yourself cooling down with a popsicle on the hot summer day, you can thank Frank. Yeah, they have it spelled as pop, P-O-P, apostrophe S, and then second word, sickle. And then they combined it later down the road. Pretty cool, huh? So those are 6 foods that were introduced by accident. I did not know about any of them. I thought that was very interesting. Let me know if any of you knew about these foods being created on accident. Yeah, the Worcestershire thing really freaks me out. Like, I mean, I'm sure they don't have stuff sitting for years somewhere. I'm sure they don't, right? Right. Yeah, we're just going to, because it's disgusting, in my opinion. But Worcestershire is so good, computer. It's so good. Love it. Yes. All right. That is what I wanted to talk about with you. Yeah. So let me know, like I said, any plans for the weekend or next week? Which craft you're working on, which color, crochet. Let me know. I do have this latch hook kit that I need to try. I'm just nervous because latch hook since I was, gosh, like very young. I did it with my grandmother. So I was probably like 9, 10, maybe 11. But she actually used to love latch hook. She would latch hook like big, like tapestries. My dad had one. He went to Princeton for college. And she actually did a latch hook, like it was almost like a rug, but a tapestry that he hung up on his wall when he and my mom were first married. It was amazing. It was amazing. Absolutely cool. She loved doing latch hook. Loved it. So yeah. So anyway, so that is what I wanted to share with all of you today. Don't forget Monday, I'm going to be having my special guest, Karen Yumi Lusted, on my live. So please join us for that. That'll be really to learn about her and her artwork, and she does watercolor. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. So I hope all of you have a wonderful weekend and a great start to your week, and I will see you again very soon. Bye, guys.